Row, agents are going crazy. How did we get a plane full of criminals? Let's avoid making this flight a headline. As the plane taxied, prisoners act were like a Hollywood blockbuster, pulling giant pushpins from thick cuffs. A dance? The bosses swiftly removed their cuffs, and Little Black cuffed up a string like magic. I wanted to send him a spitfighter. Holding a plastic bottle, Little Dude nodded at the big boss, who sprayed some mysterious liquid at the chief and lit a match. Looks like we have some DIY airplane flame effects going on. The chubby guy grabbed the fire extinguisher while the female cop ninja grabbed Little Dude for coal. Then he skillfully got the keys to unlock the cell's Welcome to Prison Break, the sequel. The chubby guy tackled him, and we thought it was over. In fact, it was an ultimate plan, and Silo charged out. He rushed to the cockpit, tackled the co-pilot, and shot the criminals. A bit nervous, but hey, he still gave us an aerial show. Unfortunately, it ended with a plot twist as Silo took control of the plane. The dramatic tension made Cameron's heart break, and regretful tears flowed like a river. Cops were handcuffed, the hands on one looked awkward. The little one couldn't contain his excitement. At that moment, Cameron jumped up to stop Little Dude, who was ready to keep going, but Big Bro entered the scene and said, "Hold up." Even the toughest have fears. They counted on Silo. Suddenly next was Corazonado. 6 inmates disembarked, 10 more to follow. They planned a normal disembark to taste freedom. But they needed to be cautious, as a big drug lord was footing the bill for his son's rescue. These would head overseas for luxury, soon joined by an undercover cop kidnapping Little Dude. Forcing Silo to drop his gun, Cameron warned it was impulsive, drop it, and you'll be a hostage. Some thought they wouldn't kill indiscriminately, but the undercover cop was too green, dying before his moment of tragedy. Only those deceased friends could truly comprehend his profound sorrow. They reunited on this mournful night, leaving behind the endless tears of their companions. He wanted to save the undercover cop, but accidentally became a nightmare for everyone. What a twist! In Carson City, 2 disembarking prisoners were mistakenly hurt, needing substitutes. What an opportunity! However, Cameron considered abandoning the rescue attempt. After all, being prisoners, they were hesitant to volunteer for it. Yet after my patient persuasion, they eventually became volunteers. After their land, the bros would meet their doom. Cameron promised to yell and create chaos to ensure the plane wouldn't. Luckily, the pilot would be escorted off the plane, and Silo took extra precautions by sealing their mouths. Better safe than sorry. But Cameron's grand plan came crashing down due to his early antics. The irony of it all. Though Silo trusted him and replaced him with the white cop, friends were puzzled. Female cops awaited rescue. He didn't want to abandon his pals. On the deceased cop, Cameron found a tape. The tape recorded everything that happened on the plane. Talk about a bombshell. Meanwhile, in Silo's locked cell, the cops discovered something behind the wall was a blueprint of the plane. They found some cracked files, and the plane was about to land in Carson City. Perfect timing for a sandstorm, right? God showed only eyes. Cameron slipped the tape onto a cop, while Silo donned the uniform. He sent 6 inmates off the plane, their heads covered, feeling like they were in a horror debate competition. Among the inmates on the street, there was even a pilot on the plan. Upon hearing the inmate's name, Silo was stunned. This guy was alone and didn't even look muscular. Loctite, the hardcore criminals, were stunned. His name, Green Honey. Him his fan. This little chubby dude deconstructed stuff from the Southeast Asian shores, and some said he looked like a member of the Manson family. What a quirky image, right? This little guy is always on the correct flight and manages to stay calm even in a slammer. The detective found a secret in documents, suddenly seeing a Last Supper card with eyes gouged into squares. As the agent picked it up, he was stunned to find that the eye holes were just the right size for writing. Looks like he hit the jackpot with this. He suddenly realized the plane heading to Carson City meant trouble. Quick, time to inform everyone. What are you gonna do? Don't touch me. 6 inmates were getting anxious. The Carson cops weren't giving them any slack, and one cop hit the chubby guy. smashing the tape. Finally, the cops were onto something. To avoid suspicion, they moved the inmate transport alley and called the cops, but were too late. Before a bunch of cop cars showed up, the plane was already ready for takeoff, and little dude was just chatting away with the girl. He missed his free ride, and when he rushed to the window, he found the chief he burned before, who was now grinning. Little dude gave a signal, and the plane shot toward freedom, with the inmates starting to party hard. The narcotics captain was furious. His undercover was killed, planned just to meet the drug lords, and so frustrating. He argued fiercely with an agent, insisting his men not take submachine guns on the plane. "You can't bring the dead back." Green became the star among inmates. Everyone admired him. Salo suggested letting him out. The poor cop opened the door carefully. He was a prisoner who sent shivers down bad guys' spines. Cameron entered the cockpit, wanting to know the next move. At that moment, the agent confirmed Silo controlled the plane, but they found no clues.